Steve, you said it at the start of the game, Dortmund are vulnerable at set pieces. This is not new. Why on earth do they not work? Why don't they fix it?
Well, I'm sure they've been talking about it, and I'm sure there's plenty of planning going on in the coaches' offices. But set pieces do account for about a third of the goals in all professional football. And I do not know very many coaches who spend a third of the time on the training pitch on set pieces. A lot of coaches talk about it, like we said, they prepare, but do they actually go out and train on the pitch? I mean, the only ones who can answer that are the Borussia Dortmund coach and staff. But by the looks of the past set pieces, especially defensive, I don't think they've spent a whole lot of time on the training field with set pieces.
Archie, obviously you could see Haaland visibly frustrated after the game there.
Yeah, he said he was pissed 3 times, which I thought got the message across. The fact that they keep conceding from set pieces says a lot to me about this team and how the mixture just isn't quite right. You've got older players in the team like Marco Reus trying to find their form, let alone having to take care of these younger players and chevy them along. But what Steve's saying there about set pieces as well, on the other side of the coin, you have Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are the best team in the Bundesliga at scoring from set pieces. And I spoke to Marco Rose, their coach, after the game, and he says they don't practice them at all. So it can work both ways, given by how much it looks like Dortmund have been working on defending them right now. But I look at Manuel Akanji, their centre-back, and I asked him, as well as Erling Haaland and Edin Terzic, about the problem. And he said, well, it's not like we're conceding from there every game. And I was stunned into silence because they pretty much are. So if everyone's not on the same page, then you have a problem in the team.
What are the German press saying about it, Archie?
That it needs to get a lot better for Dortmund. Plain and simple. There's not much more to say than that. And that if Dortmund continue in this way, then they are going to have big problems in the summer because they will miss qualifying for the Champions League. And given that the club is already set to lose around 100 million euros, according to reports here, they're going to have to sell Jadon Sancho in the summer. They might have to sell another name. I don't think it will be Erling Haaland at this stage, but then again, will Erling Haaland want to stay at the club if they're not playing in the Champions League? Given the way that he is dragging this team with one hand right now into any sort of European contention, I could understand if he'd want to go.
That's a great point, isn't it, Steve? The general consensus is, look, he's still very young. This is a great place for him to grow as a player. However, when you see the results that they've been getting recently and not getting in the Champions League, which is very possible, you couldn't blame Haaland, could you, for pushing for a move?
No, certainly not. And I think if you ask the player, I think you get a very honest answer. I think he'll say he's happy, he's growing, it's the right place for him, but I'm sure his agents have different ideas for him, or his agent. But I imagine there's a few people behind that business. So I think there's an answer out there that would probably place him somewhere else if Borussia Dortmund does not qualify for the Champions League again. Whether or not it would be for his development detrimental to stay at the club, I don't think so. I think he'd be fine. I think he would continue to score goals in this league. I think he can still grow as a forward in this league without playing in the Champions League. But I find it very hard to believe that they would hold on to him if they did not qualify.
Steve, from a coaching perspective, what would you do this week if you're in charge of Dortmund?
I would try to free up their minds, try to make them relax, let them play, find the fun of the game again. One thing I for sure would do would play old against young. You know, it's an interesting scrimmage you see out there. The young players are always trying to prove themselves, but 9 times out of 10, the old always wins. And it actually reminds me of the title race for the past 9 years as well. Bayern München against Borussia Dortmund, it's old against young as well. The old experience, they will always find a way to win because they're smarter, they're cleverer, and they've been in that situation a number of times before.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.